What's going on, guys? It's Pates, and today I'm going to be opening 40 security lockers. Now, I will admit I was not around for the first or even the second nerf to this perk because I only started using this perk around Expedition 2, and I abused this perk like nobody's business. This perk was looking at me like,
I'm tired, boss.
But recently, after posting my newfound love and joy, I've been seeing a lot of hate online saying how it's mid and it's not worth it. It's like if people even catch a whiff of me saying it's a bad perk, I automatically get classed as rage baiting. And while rage baiting is my forte, I've had it. Enough is enough. So together we're gonna find out whether it's worth it or not as of March 2026 pre-Flashpoint. I'm gonna be opening 10 security lockers on each map condition: day, night, hurricane, and cold snap. And as much as I wanted to make it 50, Electromagnetic Storm was not on the rotation while doing this challenge. Now you may be wondering, how does that determine whether or not it's worth it? Well, after crunching some numbers, and trust me, there were a lot of numbers crunched during the making of this video, my Discord started looking at me like,
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
I found out that every skill point in the game is worth roughly 2,000 credits, and I want to see if we can make our money back in 10 runs on each condition. Each run, I'll tally up the total and see if we reach 152,000. So if you did decide it was a waste, you'd be able to reset after a max run of leveling, and I just thought this video would be fun. I'll be putting down in the comment section below each time for each condition if you wanted to skip to the one that you want to see. However, the results may surprise you, and I'm sure you'll want to see each one. I have a little chart that I'll be updating as we go along, noting the total value and if we run into any specific items like blueprints or epic weapons. For Stella Montes specifically, I have several routes planned out for day and night raids. That allows me to get this done pretty quick in 3 or maybe even 2 tries. For other maps, this will prove a little bit more difficult, especially since spawning into a late raid is still a thing in 2026. This will also be different from all my other videos because the commentary on the breaches will not be scripted. One last small and tiny detail: to show 100% results, I will be erasing my entire stash for this video. This is probably going to be a contender for one of my longest videos, so without wasting any more time, let's get to it.
Alright, so from that last one, got a Torrente and some other goodies, about 18k worth. I really got to bring a looting augment for the next run. A Venator. I can mostly carry everything, so in 2 runs I got about, sadly I can't take it, 35k worth of stuff. Alright, oh, we got 2 blue weapons so far. Let's see what this one holds. About 34k worth, 3 blue weapons. Gotta love it. All right. We are 2 Venators and 1 Torrente down. Trailblazer, you always gotta love a Trailblazer. Anvil Blueprint. That's going in the butt pocket in case the raider here decides to not be friendly. All right. We're almost done on our 5th run, and okay, well, this Wolfpack saved it because I was gonna say, never mind. Osprey also saved it. I believe we've hit 3 this game, and we are 53,000 down, so not bad. All right, I'm surprised I spawned in a late game, and this is still available. Okay, all right. I believe we're on our 7th or 8th. I've lost track. This one seems bad. Oh, Bobcat. Okay. Gotta say, the hardest part about this is getting into a fresh game where people will not kill me. $54.07. Okay, this was probably my worst security breach. I think I only got about 9,000 from that one. I think I am on my 9th one. So let's see. Some light ammo, another Wolfpack. Wolfpack seems to be a common trend here. A Renegade too. Recyclable gun parts also seem, or unusable guns seem to be another common trend. So this wasn't horrible as a run, but it definitely wasn't great either. All right, to finish off the daytime security breaches, let's see what we get. 5540, and this is sad. Oh, I stand corrected. That's 18,000 worth of loot. All right, let's tally it up. As you can see, I was not kidding when I said I was going to tally up every single raid in the game available right now. And aside from day raid number 8, it was some pretty good raids for at least day raids. We were able to make our money back and then some, and even gain an anvil blueprint out of it. We're going to be moving on to night raids next, and to be honest, night raids actually surprised me. All right, I didn't fully get this one, but this is my first of the night raids, and as you can see, I haven't even touched anything yet. Hold on. I want to do my numbers. I don't care enough. I got, I think, about 20,000. All right, we're now on our second security breach of night raids. As you can see, I've packed a little ammo just in case someone gets rowdy. So we're at about, what are we? 7773. 22,000. All right, number 3 in the same game. 2821. Not as good, you know. Unfortunately, I don't have much to help. Oh boy. Night raid security breach number 4. 50,000, and I got a patina. Not so bad.
These people get hurt. Okay. Oh, no, I hate that camera sound.
All right, that's 16,000. So this is getting increasingly harder because we're not spawning in fresh raids, but finally I did. But this is night security breach number 5. This is by far probably one of my worst. No, it's not. Oh my god, that was a horrible security breach. We're at 48,500. Okay. Let's collect. 48.5. We have enough shotgun ammo. That's about 28,000.
But Ark is being extra watchful.
All right, we are on our 7th night raid security breach. So fun fact, this is actually the 9th, but I mislabeled the file, so it doesn't really matter either way. That was trash. I'm actually so surprised this entire time I have yet to get ratted by another player. I've yet to get killed in about all 40 games. All right, but this is the final one.
Hello.
Not bad.
Ground floor, I didn't realize.
Not bad. And if there's one here, I'm gonna hit this one too. And of course there's not. All right. We are at night raid number 9. Renegade. I'm noticing a lot of renegades happen on Stella Montes specifically. That might be a trend, who knows? All right, we are in our final one for security breach. I've messed up my ammo a little bit, destroying that pile of arc over there, but let's see. A Berletta. We are definitely in the meta. All right, and this arpeggio I found just in a weapons case, so 59,500. Let's see. Yeah, I guess night raid's not even safe from the allegations. Not that good, not that good. I think only about 10,000. All right, with night raids now complete, let's tally it up. At least to my surprise, night raid was not as profitable as day raid, at least for the past 20 raids I just did. Now, to be fair, there are outliers for raids 5 and 7 for night raid, but as a total, night raid was not as profitable as day raid by quite a large margin, which is surprising considering there should be better loot. Let's see how Hurricane stands up. I had a good feeling about Hurricane. Alrighty, so now we're starting our first batch of the Hurricanes. I believe Hurricane always has better loot anyways. We will see. Oh, wow. I stand corrected. This is not that good. 11. Oh, wow. 11,916 is actually quite a bit. All right, let's get it. 8,000 to start off.
Hello.
Hello again. All right, let's see what this one holds. Toro, that's different for once. The shotgun ammo is not different. Okay, about 17,000 worth. That's not horrible. To a late game, and I'm 2 for 2 on security breaches. All right. 33,000, and this is a crappy security breach. I'm sorry, this is poop. I mean, I did get 2 epics out of it, but a Pharaoh 2? All right. Let's get it. Breach number 4. Always shotgun ammo. It's always a consistent thing. Osprey. Okay, so I have 16,620. About 20,000. Hurricane is so good. All right, Hurricane number 5. All right, 35K. A Tempest. Okay, I've gotten quite a bit off this one run. About to use his wolf pack for this fella out here. That's 25K in one go. Let's get it. Right up the street from that is Hurricane number 6. 60K and a half. All right, let's see what I get. No weapon? All right, no weapon. All right, off of a bunch of random stuff, I still got about 17K worth of goodies. All right, we're officially starting the next day of security breaches. I'm here with 42,834. I get another Berletta. Let's go. All right. This was not eventful, but you know, let me keep my hopes up. All right, let's hit this next security breach. So I'm going to be dropping this Berletta that I found because that wasn't a security breach and I didn't think I was going to find another security breach here. All right, let's see what I come out with. 54,500 or 54,000. And the Venator is actually not bad. I'll gladly take a Venator. We are on our 9th Hurricane visit. We're at the top of the Berry City Hospital, and this is actually a really goated spot because it's almost guaranteed no one's going to come up here. So we're still at about 49,500. Arpeggio's not horrible. I'm noticing that I get a lot of good complex gun parts from this as well, so not bad, not bad. There's also some other goodies up here. Always bring a zip line. I always do. At least when I'm running Berry City because no one else comes up here. All right, we are on the 10th and final one of the Hurricane security breaches. And all this other stuff I picked up so I can sell later because I don't know if anyone's noticed, my stash has... My inventory has gotten slightly better. And when I mean inventory, I mean my backpack because of... My inventory's gotten slightly better because of things I have found along the way. This is not going to be part of my actual backpack or my stash. This is just something I need just to defend myself in case Ark or someone else want to pick a fight. Since Hurricane is now finished, let's tally this total up. I have to admit, I was a little in doubt of Hurricane because of how it started off, but it leveled out in the end. What's most surprising is that day rate still remains #1 on this list. This experiment really tested my patience, but I had to invest in it because we have to come down to the final answer. And it'd be really great if you could invest in me and hit that sub button and like the video to toss me more into the algorithm. All right, without wasting any more time, let's see how Cold Snap holds up. So the really nice part about damn Battlegrounds, aside from other maps, is that there's usually 2 security breaches here on special condition maps. So I have 39 to 37. Ugh, that was just about 13,000. 55,765.
There's nothing really noteworthy since those other blueprints. Okay. Wolf packs and shotgun ammo. Guaranteed for security breach. Okay, about 25,000 worth of loot. Not bad, not bad. All right, 42,000 worth. Loot this quick before the guy behind me shoots me. GG's, pal.
All right, I believe I'm on cold snap number 4. This is getting increasingly harder because I'm on maps where I have to run across the entire map. This hairpin just disrespected me. All right, 49,500. Cold snap by far is probably my least favorite map condition, bar none. You good, Raider? All right, 41,000. I'm starting to lose hope on this perk. Trailblazer's always good. Berletta's, I know that's in meta right now, so okay. $41,000 to 54,000. All right. All right, I'm starting to believe that this perk is not worth it.
All right, well, we have a leaper right outside, and we are now on our cold snap number 7. The common trend is always going to be shotgun ammo, and not a single gun here. This was sad, to say the least. But wolf packs are always going up, so that's good. All right, cold snap number 8. The last one was underwhelming. Hopefully I get an epic, please. But of course I get shotgun ammo. Epic! I missed this Tempest. All right. And I cannot take everything. Crap. So that means I have to drop things that I brought in myself, like these bandages, these bandages. Oh man, this is gonna hurt me. You know what? Forget this heavy ammo and this flashlight. All right. All right, we're at number 9 for security breaches on cold snap. Last one we got an epic, so here, my hopes up. My hopes is up. I'm gonna put this over here manually. We're at 52,500. All right, let's get it. About 16,000. Not bad, not bad. I wonder if I should just extract because I don't have any space for anything else. I'm probably just gonna extract. All right, against all odds and spawning into late games, we have hit our 10th cold snap security breach. Please give me an epic, please, please, please. And a Pharaoh 2. All right, so what was it? About 43 and a 43. All right, this is by far the worst one. By far the worst one yet. I think that was barely 5K. We're gonna tally it up now.
All right, with cold snap finishing, I'm not gonna lie, cold snap did better than I expected. It did better than the night raids. Me personally, I was never a fan of cold snap anyway, especially with that last raid being the lowest out of all 40 security breaches. Credit where credit's due though, cold snap did have the highest and lowest ups and downs.
So after opening all 40 security lockers, I was only able to make my money back on day raids. While we were able to get a good blueprint or two from the epics and the lockers, the special map conditions all fell kind of short except for Hurricane, especially on Cold Snap, confirming my theory that Cold Snap is one of the worst map conditions of Arc Raiders. And me personally, I don't think it has much better loot than Day Raid in the actual coding of the game. However, it still is a nice addition to the map conditions because content is content at the end of the day. You might have noticed throughout the video that my loadout kept increasingly changing. However, at some point in the night raids, I found a knocked out Raider's body and I picked up everything he had, including a Stitcher 4. No Raiders were harmed in the making of this experiment, not even myself in all 40 games. This is my stash after completing this challenge, and one common thing I found was the amount of shotgun ammo across the board. Shotgun ammo, wolf packs, unusable weapons, and complex gun parts were a major thing in these security lockers. All in all, I personally believe it's worth it as an endgame perk, especially when you factor in you can go in as a free kit and potentially come out with a different gun like a Tempest, or at the very least a secondary weapon in most cases. Security Breach might not be for everyone, but I believe it is a good perk, and I could only imagine what it was like before the nerfs. If you've survived me yapping for 20 minutes, I would really appreciate if you could hit that like and subscribe button, while also letting me know down in the comments below if you believe Security Breach is worth it or not after this. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so you can know what's going on with Flashpoint when it drops on Tuesday. I'm going to be rebuilding my stash until then. One last thing, I've been streaming Arc Raiders on YouTube every day from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope to see you on one of these next videos. Peace.